Hello and welcome to BISP Solution. So let's continue today's session. So we have completed the previous session about the prepayment invoices. So now in the today's session we are going to do withholding tax. Okay. So in today's session we are going to do withhold tax. Okay. Withholding tax. So basically withholding tax means when we issue a invoice to a supplier. If a supplier is a registered supplier, then we pay the tax to him that he charges. Suppose the supplier raised the invoice of 1 lakh rupees and include in that invoice he separately mention about the tax of $15,000. Okay, so it means that when we pay the tax to the supplier, it means that the supplier will deposit the tax to the government. But if we are dealing to a non-registered supplier, okay, if we are a not registered supplier, then we can hold the tax. Okay, it means that it allows us to hold the tax whatever the supplier will charge. Okay, for that we have to make some configuration in the system. Okay, first why we are holding the tax, it means that why we pay the tax when the supplier will not going to deposit to the government of that particular tree. Okay, so now we will just go and configure some configuration in the application, so it get the effect and we can hold the tax of the supplier. So first we will go and create a tax for first we go and take first we will create a tax authority. It will be like the normal supplier we made. Okay, like the supplier we make, but we just we will just configure the type of the supplier, that is the tax authority to whom we are going to pay tax. Okay, so after that we set up withholding tax options. Okay, after that we set up withholding tax options. Okay, withholding tax options for which BU we created. Okay, for which BU we of creating the withhold tax. Okay, then we create the tax code. Okay, then we create the tax code, that is the rate we will on which the amount will be charged. Okay, like suppose 15%, or it can be 10%, or it can be 5%. Then we create the withholding tax group, that is the classification. Okay, after that we assign after that we assign withholding tax to the tax group that we created in the previous step. Okay, after that there is an optional option is also available about the withhold tax calendar. Okay, so it is an option null task. If you want to do, we can do this. Okay, we will first create these types of taxation. After that we will create a invoice. Okay, after then we will create the invoice where we can see the separate amount of the tax we are holding. Okay, and let's go and do the some configuration in the application. Okay, so first we will create a supplier. Okay, it will be a normal supplier. First we will create the supplier as we create in the normal sense, as we have already seen how to create a supplier in the previous sessions. Okay, so again from the procurement, from the task list, create supplier. Okay, now we created the supplier. Okay, we'll give the supplier to them. We give the name test 1 withholding tax authority. Okay, so a business relationship, as we have already used the spend authorized. Okay, the tax organization type we can if you want to select the government agency, you can select the government agency. Any organization type we want to select, we can select it. So let's let it be with the corporation. Okay, now we create. Now it is basically a normal type, so we create a normal. Okay, now we just save it. Okay, we'll just select down the type transaction tax, income tax or payments. Okay, we just click on check. Okay, we create save and we go to the address. Now we create the address. Okay, I'll create the address of for this authority. Okay, just withholding tax authority. Okay, the country will choose here. Okay, now here we can choose the remit to. Okay, if you want to select the ordering option from the address purpose, you can choose it, but the this tax authority will be choose for the remit to only options. Okay, I click save and we click save and close. The address has been created. Click on OK, then we create the site. Okay, now the site, now we will create the site. Okay, and if we can choose the purchasing if you want to purchase. Now first we have to save down this so that the option that are grayed out will be open up. Okay, now we click save button and we go to the payments option here first. Okay, then we click we have to choose the payment methods. I will choose this check is the payment method. Okay, then we will go to the invoicing so that the default currency will be selected to the US dollar. After that we will assign the site assignment. Okay, so we click save and save and close and we click done. So now we have created the with her test one withholding tax authority. Okay, so now after that, so we have created the supplier. Now after that we are creating the set of withholding tax options. Like we first go to the options. Okay, so we click save and close and okay. Now we are going to select the withholding tax options. Okay, so withholding tax options, so after that now we have created the supplier. Now how the system will identify that this supplier is a government or it is a tax authority supplier. So from the task list, under the manage suppliers, under the manage supplier we select this. Okay, we click on edit button. Now here from here we have to select the supplier type, that is the tax authority. So when we issue the when we creating the invoice, so that the application will understand that this supplier is a tax authority supplier, so it can deduct the tax, or it can hold the withholding taxation. Okay, we click save and close and after that we will now do the withholding tax options. Okay, so again we will go to a project, click on done and we go to a project. From the task list, overview, So from here we click on withholding tax options. Okay, we go to the withholding tax options. We don't need to select the scope, that is the business unit, it is already been selected. So we don't we are just to go directly to the go to task option. From here, now from go to task option, here we will select the events. Okay, now here we have to see two events. We can create the withholding tax options here with the prepayment invoices. When we create the prepayment invoices that we have seen in the last session, or we can select this standard invoices, or we can just create both the events. So we will we will select the standard invoices here. So now here the calculation point. The calculation point is so here in the go to task option, again we will select the standard invoices. Now so from standard invoice, after this you will see the calculation point. Okay, from here in the calculation point, on which the tax will be calculated, whether on the issue on the invoice or whether on the payment option. Okay, you can if you want set up the payment, when the payment will be done, the tax of that certain amount will be withholded when we are paying. Okay, otherwise it will be on the invoice type. Okay, so we will select only invoice type, and the tax invoice creation point as also there. Okay, we'll create a date, that is today's date will be defaulted. Okay, so now we click save and close. Now here we have created the withholding tax options. Okay, so now we will now create the tax code, that is the classification. Okay, first you will create the tax code, after that the tax classification. The tax code will be on which the percentage of the amount will be deducted as a withholding tax. Okay, now we click tax code. Okay, we create the manage tax codes. Okay, now we will select the tax code from here and add it. Okay, so now we will create a tax code. Okay, from here we will create a tax code, that we will select a business unit and the country and the tax regime code. Okay, so now we will select the business unit, that is the test. So now after selecting a business unit, we will select the country in which the same is there. Okay, we will select a country. After that, the tax regime code. The tax regime code is the tax code of a specific country, of a whole country, of a specific city, or a specific country, specific state, or a specific city. It is the tax regional. Okay, it is a tax regional, so we have to create this tax regional code. Okay, so from here we will create a tax regional code. We'll create from here. Okay, we will select the tax code, that is the test. One withholding tax regime. Okay, I will just copy it these as well. Okay, we click save and close. Okay, now the tax means what is the tax rate we will select it. Okay, we'll just go and create this tax, that is we will create that is 15%. Okay, the date, the date will select it from where we will select defaulted the today's date. So the tax liability account, we have to create the valid combination on which the tax amount, that is withholding tax amount, uh, will be recorded. Okay, so we can see it from the report options, or we can see from there. Okay, so now from account. Okay, we we search it down withholding. Click on OK, and we click OK. So we have made the tax liability accounts combination here. So the line will be like this. Okay, now the tax authority that we have created. Okay, and the site is also we have created along with this. So if you want to create zero amount tax authority invoices, you can check this box, or if you want to set tax for reporting purpose only, you can just check it. So it means it will issue only the zero tax invoices only. It means that it will give you the net effect of suppose we are going to create a 1 lakh invoice amount in which $15,000 is the withholding tax, so it will be only connected to 85,000. There will be no 15,000 available. Okay, and if you want to create set tax for reporting purpose only, so it will allow you only for the reporting purpose. Okay, we click save and close. Okay, now after that we just copy the tax rate code here. Okay, and the tax status code will be remain to the standard tax rate. Okay, and the tax rate type will be the percentage here. Create tax classification code, we will create if we will check this box, it will be allow us to create the tax classification code, but we are going to create separately. Okay, from here, threshold limits withhold tax. If we want to deduct the tax on a threshold basis, we can create from this options. It will allow us the threshold type and the minimum value, maximum value with the date, of course. So with the minimum value of the amount, that is suppose we have taken $1,000, it will be charged a 1%, and like this it will be created. So now the rate periods, from here we will create the percentage. Okay, give the rate, and we select the effective start date from here as well. Okay, so now we will click save, and after that we will click save and close. Okay, so now we have created a manage tax codes. Now the next option is to classification, the manage tax code classification, that is withholding tax classification. We are creating this withhold tax classification to give a separate view group, to a separate group. So when we assign so after that we will go and assign the assign the supplier, that is assign the supplier site to this withholding tax group at tax group. So when we when we create an invoice, after that it will the application will understand, and it will withhold the taxation amount. Okay, so now we will go and select the manage withholding tax classification from here. Okay, we'll create withholding taxation classification. Okay, so now we create the tax classification code, so we will just name the test 1 withholding group. Okay, after that we will provide the date from which the date will be effective, so we will give today's date. So now business unit, we have to assign the direct tax rules, the business unit on which this withholding tax group will be affected. Okay, so we have to create this. Okay, so now we'll select a business unit, that is a PRA business unit. Our tax rate code we will provide. Okay, so after recording this, you can see the tax status code, that is the standard is come up here, the tax withhold tax of 15%, the tax regime code, that is test 1 regime will be up. Okay, so now after saving we will save and close. Okay, now after save and close, now we will go and assign withholding tax group to a supplier. We have created only one supplier. Okay, so we will go to a supplier option, that is from the procurement. Okay, that is from the procurement. We will go to a supplier. From the task list, we select the manage supplier. Manage supplier will search a supplier. Okay, from here, the supplier we have selected, we will first add. Okay, from add option, when we here you can see the income tax. Okay, the income tax. So here you will see the use withholding tax. So we have to check this box. Remember, before checking up this box and assigning withholding tax group, from here in the under the income tax, we will not go and directly we will not directly will assign the site here, because if we first assign the site there, it will not get effect, because the site assignment option of withholding tax will not be a pop up there. Okay, so first we have to use withholding tax option here. First we will use the withholding tax option there, then we will assign the site. Okay, so now we will click use withholding tax option and we'll select a withholding tax, okay, group. That is, here we have just created this. Okay, now after this we will go to the site option, and we will edit the site, and here under the site assignments, we will just enable this use withholding tax group, and we'll click there and we'll go there. Okay, use this. Okay, and we click save, and this save and close. Okay, and the changes have been saved, and we click save and close. Okay, after this we click done, and now we will create the invoice. Okay, we'll create a standard invoice, normal invoice. Okay, so from here, from the payables options, we create the invoices. So create an invoice. Now here under the create invoice, okay, first we have to make this default. Okay, so how we will make up this default, we will go to a search option. Okay, under the setup and maintenance, cancel it. Yes, we want to continue. Okay, from the task list, under the search options, to the profile values, manage administrator profile, and we search default business unit. Here we first make it default. Okay, here, and we will create a user here default or org id, so it will select only the default option. Okay, create the user. Okay, we'll give the username, that is a test. And now it's taking. Okay, we have to search it. Okay, that is the test one, is a user. Okay, so after that we will select a business unit, that is a profile business unit, that is PRA. We search it down. Here it is PRA. Select it, we click save and close. Okay, and done, and we will re-log in it, so the changes will be made. Okay, there. Okay, so now we'll go and create an invoice. So now we'll create an invoice. to see the effect of the withholding tax option configuration which we have done. Okay, so we'll go and create invoice. You can see here the business unit and the legal entity is defaulted. Okay, if we want to change, we can change it, but here when we open up the invoice option window, then it will be like this. Okay, we search a supplier, that is a supplier that we have created, not the withholding tax authority one. So we click this, and you can see the test one supplier address which we have assigned with the withholding tax code classification. Okay, we will give the number of the invoice. The amount we will give is $1 lakh, and it will be a standard type option, standard type invoice. And you can see the date. The date will be remains. The payment terms we will choose only to the immediate one. The term date is all will be 14th of August. Okay, so now we will go to the line straight, and we will just record the 1000 and we'll provide the rent. Okay, and now the amount is showing 1 lakh. Okay, here it is showing the 1 lakh and withholding showing 0. Okay, after validating, first we will validate this invoice. So after validating this invoice, you can see the amount will be $85,000 and the withholding amount will goes to up 15,000. Okay, what does this means? It means that we are going to pay only to the $85,000, not the $15,000. Okay, so so when we pay, it will allow us for the $85,000 amount payment, not the $15,000. The 15,000 will be withholding. Okay, so now again on the invoice option, we will just pay in full. Okay, we will just pay it in full. Okay, first we will pay in full. Here we'll choose the payment process profile. Okay, that is the PRA. We'll choose the document number to the PRA. Okay, the number, payment number will be 10,004 document number. Okay, after submitting, okay, will see the validation, that is the payment will be 85,000 has been done and there is no holds, so it will be the invoice has been paid. So after save and close, we will go and see to the manage supplier, manage invoice. Okay, from here we will go and see the manage invoices. Under the manage invoices, we will search a supplier. Now here we will search a withholding tax authority supplier that we have created, that the tax authority. Why we are selecting here this supplier? Because we will see that the amount we have assigned to that supplier site will be created or not, and the invoice of that particular amount, that is the withholding tax, is been created or not, because we will not be able to find the withholding tax amount. Okay, so we will search it down. Here we will search. You can see the supply number will automatically taken up. The business unit we have to select it. Okay, we click on OK, and after that we'll search it down. So you can see the invoice number here with holding taxation is given up here, the invoice date, the creation date, and the unpaid amount. If you will see the unpaid amount of 15,000, so here in the amount will be unpaid from here. The validation has also been not validated. Of course, we haven't validated this amount as well, and the approval status is also not approved, because we have because we have withholded this invoice. So when we go to the manage invoices, we will not be able to find this invoice. So by searching to the tax authority, we will be able to find this invoice. Okay, when we click on the invoice number, we'll see the invoice. Okay, so now here you can see the invoice date, it will be given, all the details it will be shown up, but what it is showing that the it is not been it is not validated, and the invoice amount, that is the $15,000, has been not paid. If you want to see the lines, you can see the line. If you want to see the payments, the payment, there will be a non record of the payments. If you want to see the installments, there is no installments left, only the 15,000 amount will be shown up to the unpaid amount. The distribution details, it will be given up there. Okay, the payments were not to the holds and approval. So after we clicking to the edit option, okay, on the to the edit option, first you will go, okay, to the edit option, you can just add the invoice number. Okay, here you see the test one and the supplier, when we the invoice that we have raised to withhold the tax of this amount is also there. Okay, so to this amount, to this invoice we have created. Okay, now here when you see the number, it is showing the 2 number. Why it is showing the 2 after the withholding tax and with this certain amount, a certain number, it is showing because it is the secondary invoice. Okay, it is a part, second invoice of the original invoice in which we have withhold the tax. Okay, so that's why it is showing the 2. If you want to edit, you can edit it. Okay, let's edit it. Okay, we can edit this invoice and then we can validate this invoice. Here now you can see the $15,000 has been validated. If you want to pay, you can pay to this invoice. If this invoice. Okay, so let's click on pay in full. Here you can just provide the payment process profile, that is the PRA. The payment document number, we can select it. Okay, submit. Okay, so now you can see the $15,000 has been paid. Okay, okay, so this amount has been validated. We click on OK. So now we click save and close and done. And now we will go and refresh this, and now you can see this withholding tax amount will be added in the manage invoices. Again, from the task list, if you will see manage invoices, and you can search it down, the test a supply that we have created, not the withholding tax one. Okay, search it down, it will show you the lots of amount count. Okay, so this is how the withholding tax tax creation tax will be done if we are dealing with the non-registered employer, non-registered suppliers. So now one topic, that is the paying calendar. Okay, the paying calendar, that is, it is a simple topic, but it is an optional topic. So let's go and see. It is an optional, it is not related to this, so it is not a mandatory configuration. If you want to do the configuration for more seamlessly report, you can do it, but it is not any related to this invoices, because it is not a mandatory, it is an optional. Okay, so again in the project, again we will go in a project. I will go to the project. Okay, payables calendar. Okay, we will select the payables calendar here. So here, manage payables calendar. Go to the task of here, manage payables calendars. Go to the task action. We'll create a manage calendar here. Okay, we have to provide the name. Okay, let's. Okay, if you want copy this, you can copy to the description as well. The payment terms, whether you want to calendar type, what is the calendar type you want to choose. If you want to choose the calendar type to the payment terms, you can choose it. If you want the calendar type to the general purpose, okay, you can select it general purpose. Okay, we will select the general purpose candidate for withholding tax and the key indicate reporting. Okay, we can select it. Okay. Okay, so now this has been created. Now after that, we have to create the start date. Okay, start date will be defaulted to this. Okay, the format, if you want to change the format, you can change the format from which date it will be gone. It will be take to date. Okay, so this is how the payments. After creating this option, we will create the generate periods. So you can see the generate periods. After adding to the generate periods, you will be see the periods will be up here. Okay, from August to July, that is the 12-month period of the payables calendar. Okay, so if you want to add airs, you can add air. If you don't want to add air, if you want to add air, you can add it. What the information warning is saying, adding a air also saves the calendar. After the calendar is saved, you must add airs to generate future periods. Okay, first we have to save this payables calendar. After that, we will be able to generate the future periods, that is more than 12 months. Okay, we will just click no. Okay, so if you want the address to be if you want the years, you can change it, the months, and the period will be a 30 days period, will be a 1 month. Okay, so now we click save and close, and we will log out. So now we have created this thing. So now, okay, so we have completed the withholding taxation part, and it has been the completed parts. We have seen how to create the tax code, how to create a tax classification group, and we have seen how to assign the supplier. Okay, so we have already seen the as supplier. Okay, as well we have covered that the importance when we create, remember, when we assign the on tax when we assigning the withholding tax side tax to a supplier side, we have to first use withhold tax, then we have to assign it. Okay, without going to the site, we will not be able to do this. Okay, so we have completed the withholding taxation part, and now we have done with the session. Okay, so I hope you got understand the topic, and thank you for joining this session, and we will continue in the next session. So thank you.